Once we've solved for the homography, we have to be able to apply it. So what apply it means here is I might have some point in image 1, some point at x, y, and using the homography, I can pump it through, get the x prime, y prime, w prime, divide through by w, and I get the new x prime, y prime. That tells me the location. And I have to essentially transform that first image to the second image by moving that point to that location. And I could do that for every point in the left image, and I would have transformed it to the location of the points in the right image. By the way, we sometimes refer to this transforming of the image as warping the image. In fact, we're going to talk about how you do image warps in a little bit, yeah, image warps. It's actually going to be interpolation, but that's giving away the secret. All right. So once you do that, you can take, for example, these 4 pictures of the Great Wall of China, and you can wave your magic computer vision wand, and voila, out comes what looks like a spectacular wide-angle view of the Great Wall of China. Thank you, Steve Seitz. Now you'll notice that there are some distortions here, and one of the things I want to point out to you is that there were some distortions in the original image. Like you see here, some of the lines are bent, and that's to do with distortion on some of the lenses. But in general, lines stay lines when you project them onto planes. And that's a pretty cool picture. There are other applications of essentially mosaicing pictures together. Here's one that was used for, the comment is content-based coding, which is stolen from somebody who stole it from somebody who stole it from somebody else who's now lost forever. But basically the idea here was, what we do is we have this tennis player, and you can see the tennis player is being removed, and the way that was done is you essentially take all of the pictures, and it's a camera, TV camera, that's rotating about its focal point, so you can line up the pictures. Now, of course, they line up pretty well everywhere except where the player is, and so you can use a particular method called ransack, which we'll talk about, oh, I don't know, probably 9 years from now, to figure out what the most likely relationship is between each of the pictures, line them up, and anywhere that the pixels have changed a lot, you say, oh, I'm going to throw that away, subtract that out, and that removes the player that's moving around, and what you get out is this nice big background, which is as if you had this really wide field of view, okay? And then if you wanted to have the player running around on this background, you could just play the player moving around on this different background. Lots of people have used these types of mosaics in order to be able to show you cars traveling on a really big area, so it's taken from an airplane with a narrow field of view, but it sweeps across, and it's basically building up this big background to do what's referred to as content-based manipulation, content-based coding.